First, I'd like to go over some of the very general guidelines of the course, and then I'm going to get into some more of the nitty-gritty details that are covered in the syllabus, and they are all things that you need to be paying attention to. But again, the idea here is that if you have any questions whatsoever, refer to the syllabus first before asking me, because I've tried to be as thorough as possible in the syllabus, and I've tried to answer as many questions and anticipate as many questions as I could, so that you don't have to try and run or track me down or contact somebody else. If you just refer back to this document, most of your questions should be answered. All right. So again, my name is Chip Miller. This is COM 1110. It's worth 3 hours, and my email address is posted there, and that's the email address that I would prefer you contact me at. Yes, you can contact me via GeorgiaView or through my South Georgia College email address, but chmiller06@gmail.com is the address that I check most often. Even though I check all these addresses multiple times a day, chmiller06 is set up to where it notifies me anytime I get something new in my inbox, so I could probably get an expedient response back to you if you use that account. I've also posted my cell phone number, but again, I want to emphasize, and I'm going to talk about it in policies later on, I want to emphasize that you are to only call me in an emergency. And by an emergency, I mean something has come up and that you can't post your video on time, you've been in a car accident, your roommate died or something, I don't know. The idea here is that you need to have a legitimate reason for calling me about something. Otherwise, I would expect you to use email as the preferred method of contact. But again, I've posted it there because, yes, I am in Texas. Yes, I am operating from a distance. And so I'd like to give you that option if you want to get in contact with me. Again, if you're going to send me a text, you may do so. But the idea here is that you keep it brief and you also put your name at the end of it, first and last name, so that I can keep track of who's texting me. I can't store all of your numbers in my phone book. So anyway, I've got my email address, my cell phone number. I've got the YouTube channel that you can subscribe to, posted up there at the top. And then I've got some very important announcements right there at the top of the syllabus. The first and foremost that I'd like to really emphasize is that technological issues, my printer's broken, even though you probably won't be printing anything out for this class, or my computer crashed, or my webcam stopped working, or I thought it posted but I didn't get any confirmation, I just assumed that things were okay. None of those fly in this class. And basically what I'm going to tell you is the only way you're going to fail this class, or at least I should say it this way, the only people I've ever failed in this class are people who don't turn in their work on time and those who cheat. Okay, so if you do your own work, you don't plagiarize any speeches, and if you do everything, all the assignments posted on time, I would guarantee you, well, I don't know about a guarantee, but I would give you a 99% chance of passing this class. Now, I'm not going to, tell you that you're going to get an A necessarily, but if you can follow those two basic criteria, you'll be okay. So again, those are the very fundamental elements of this class. I do want to go to just a couple more words about my late work policy, and then I'll get into more about my office hours policy and some other course elements that you should pay attention to. So again, your work should never be late, no matter what. It doesn't matter whether it's technological issues or whatever. Even if you're sick and get laryngitis, the idea is that you've put in enough time and effort to where you could put a speech together before something like that happens. So find a way to get things done before the deadline. They're posted well in advance, so please do all that you can to be sure that your work is turned in on time. Secondly, on this page anyway, pay attention to my office hours. You are required to have either Skype or access to Gmail video chat. And I posted another video about how you can sign up for Gmail video chat, which is free. But you need to have one of those two accounts set up so that we can chat in person and I can verify that it's you that I'm speaking to. So please sign up for one of those accounts as soon as possible. You should have done so well before now, but if you haven't had a chance to, do so ASAP. A couple of other quick notes about electronic communication with me and contacting me, and about YouTube. I know I've already covered it a little bit, but I just want to be sure that you know the finer points of my policies in this class. Please, if you're going to send an email, and that's my preferred method of contact, by the way, if you're going to send an email, please send it to my chmiller06@gmail.com address. Although you can send it to the GeorgiaView or my South Georgia College accounts, I will check those, and I will get back to you within 24 hours. I'm telling you to send it to my chmiller06 account because I have an alert set up on my computer to where I can see it come in real time, and I'll probably get back to you much quicker if you send it to that account. But in any of these formats, no matter what account you're sending it to, you need to have your name and 1110 in the subject line. Put your name and 1110 in the subject line because I don't want to overlook it while I'm working on my other jobs. I don't want to have my spam blocker, block you out of getting into my email account. So please put that in your subject line and you should be okay. As far as cell phones go, again, it's emergencies only. If you have a quick question to ask me, send it via email. I do not want to be responding to a bunch of text messages and phone calls. But if you do have an emergency, I will try to get back to you within 48 hours. Or if you just need to let me know something in an emergency situation, just text it to me, and I'll just respond back with like okay or something like that. In terms of YouTube, I've got some instructions down here on how to get onto my YouTube channel. But again, the idea here is that you're going to be using YouTube primarily to submit your speech assignments. And I need to have access to those speech assignments. So you need to be very careful about sending the correct link to me so that I can watch your speeches and grade them. You can make your videos public. I don't care if you want the rest of the world to see your speaking abilities. But I, at the very least, need to be able to see your video. So even if you make it private, of course, you're going to need to send me the link so that I can view it. So that's just a very important thing, a little note, but very important nonetheless as you go forward.